I'll edit that out.
Hi.
Hi.
No, I don't think that was it.
These live YouTube things are really getting on my nerves because we got a little bit of lag here, and then on top of it, there's like a whatever. There's like a different seconds difference. So we try to get it ready. So we got the thumbnail all set, and it's always screwy. We always just miss it. And then I'm here talking about something, and boom, I'm like, oh,
live, we're live. You're recording that.
Whatever is what it is, right? So welcome to
I don't
Cards.
even know the days.
Oh, I did it. The 21st to the 28th. So it's April 21st today. We're doing a reading for the week of the 21st to the 28th.
What she said.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm like, I don't even know what day it is. I mean, it's Wednesday, but
it's her day off, so she's all.
That's right. I don't have to know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even have to know what time it is.
It doesn't really matter. It's all relative anyway, so
right.
like it's whatever. So when you watch it, it could be the 29th and it's still valid for you.
It could be 29th, 2022.
Yeah.
2024.
Who knows, man? Who knows? You just never know. So today, welcome to Cards, Coffee, and Cosmic Community, Michelle.
So the whole life thing just throws us off, Just forgive us.
Well, it works better for our personalities, though. It really does.
We don't like to edit anyways, because we are who we are,
mm-hmm.
And this is just us.
Sometimes the stuff that comes out, we will feel that it just needs to come out, So whatever's there, it has to be heard. So why bother editing?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
We're raw and unedited.
Sometimes more so than we are. They're not. Oh my God.
I got some cards upside down in there. Well.
So it's a little windy today, so we're not going to use the stand, and we're just going to hope and pray that everything stays where it's supposed to. We've already had some cards kind of flip out and go about, so we'll just try our best.
It's a lot windy.
Well, compared to earlier?
Oh, yeah.
Holy mackerel. This is a little windy compared to earlier.
Yeah, yes, earlier.
There was dust devils everywhere, and I was like, can't see the dogs.
Can't see the road.
Can't see anything, yeah. So, yep.
Inner Child. That's a good one. I love that card. We've had that one more than once.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a play week.
Yep.
It's about getting down and deep and healing those inner child moments.
The fairies of playfulness remind you to make time to embrace your inner child. Playing keeps you young at heart. Do something silly and fun, but stay safe.
See? It's already started this week with the energy.
That's right. And it's just you can. It's kind of like she's playing with the littlest one, and like she's lighting up because she's like, oh wow, I remember how to play and have fun, and then they are all lit up because it's like a big old family playing thing. Our cards are jumping out, so have fun.
Oh yeah, see, look at that. So we've got support is all around you and release your emotional baggage.
We've both been working on that.
Very much so. Angelite is for support, and Aragonite. Yeah, me too. I have that. I used to have that. I don't know if I still do. And the Aragonite is for releasing your emotional baggage. But any orangish stone, to work. You're working with the energy of the color, the energy of the healing center that we're trying to focus on. So, blue would be more like just kind of all over. It's got a celestial kind of feel, even though it's related to the, the throat chakra. It really is kind of a divine celestial kind of energy, that blue especially. And so it's about working with just knowing that you have support around you for when you're going through these times. And so that inner child, that could also be not just a playfulness, but healing anything that's kind of leaving you in the old, letting all that baggage go, letting go of it, and knowing that you're supported on so many levels in this life and that you don't have to be that child anymore, know that you always have that power within you, always have that knowledge within you, that you're of the divine, by the divine. And so it's time that you started accessing that and living that way.
Yeah, connecting to your inner child, because when you're young, you have like all the answers. more readily available to you.
Mhm.
And so, and that's what these are reminding you of. Let go of all that. Like we were talking yesterday with your emotional. I have to do this. I can't just sit there and relax and meditate. I have to be doing something because that's what we're trained now in this society is we have to be moving, going, doing something. If you're just sitting there doing what they say is nothing, even though I don't think anybody's even judging us, it's our own selves judging ourselves. If you're just sitting there doing nothing, well, I should be doing something. I shouldn't be sitting here. I shouldn't be.
Western society dictates that it's ingrained in you from a childhood.
Yep.
You got to be productive. You got to be busy doing something and accomplishing things to feel accomplished in life, and that's not always the case. So we've learned, and that's what it is. It's getting in touch with. There's so much more. If you're constantly doing, you miss all of this. You miss the connections. You miss the play. You miss the fun. You miss the love. All of that stuff is lost.
Yep.
And actually, this whole last year, people have finally started circling back around and realizing how important family is, how important those connections are. So this is just more of that energy of just anything that's come up that you may have had to heal through all those experiences, access that and do it. Now's the time.
Well, and on this donkey, it says, keep your heart open no matter what. And archangels Mary and Gabriel. So, like this is, I really believe this. Oh, I didn't realize that was orange too.
Oh yeah. Well, there you go.
Like this goes with this. Well, yeah, it does. Before I even know what I'm saying, because you have all that emotional baggage. Like right now, a lot of stuff is being released as a whole consciousness. So like we're all this emotional stuff's coming up, So, but keep your heart open. Like keep your heart open. Don't close down. Let go of all that emotional baggage that you. That's what it's all about. Letting it go and keep going. And then the guinea pig. Do your part to illuminate the universe. And Archangel Mary again. So, with the blues there. See, and I think because you're like the celestial and you got the blues and the purple hair, so you got you're supported and illuminate like love and light. Just send love and light to everything and everyone because we're all connected. No matter what, we're all connected. We're all one. We all come from the same source.
That was my mantra the last few weeks is just restructuring the way I'm thinking, the way I'm acting, the way I live, and knowing that I am divine. I am a spark of source, and just to constantly be the light. So that's my mantra every day with everything that happens to me. Life is happening with me, not to me, and to just remember that it's all for the experience. It's all for the lessons. Enjoy it, learn from it. And so as a human, and this came up and it was wisdom, but it's the mermaid in the water going down to the depths. And it's all that emotion, that deep emotional stuff that's going on. And you're talking about all the emotional, stuff going on here. And that's what we're doing. We're trying to get things released and out of us. And, and it is lifetimes worth of stuff sometimes that's coming up. So dig deep and just put yourself in that quiet. Go to that inner child and go back to a time and space where you feel safe enough, where you can access that information and just release it and let it go. You don't need that. That's not who you are. Those are experiences. Those are moments where you don't have to, that's not you. It doesn't have to stay with you. It doesn't have to become part of you. And look at how beautiful. And
nice.
The gateway, it's called the gateway. It's the unicorn. It's just the magic. Access that magic within you so that you can go back to a time and space where you felt strong and calm and powerful and confident in who you are and what you have to offer to this world. When we're kids, we're just all love and light. We don't, until we get shaped and molded into who we are now, then we've got to backtrack to this perfect space of peace.
Well, and I keep hearing forgiveness of yourself and forgiveness of others, because we make the choices and the choices that we make get us to where we're at. If we don't want our results, we need to change our choices and change our results. Yep. So forgive yourself. If you're going all this emotional stuff, forgive yourself, forgive others from the past. Let it all go and Are you in love? Are you craving health and feeling of well-being? I'm a conduit for allowing heaven and earth to meet at your center. It is time to acknowledge the essence of your divine love in you. Take the time to nurture yourself. Imagine yourself in the arms of the Divine Mother. That is gorgeous. Like that's and that I've been doing that a lot lately. Since my mom passed, I've been working on truly centering myself and being okay with myself and going back to my who I am, and I just shutting out everything and everyone pretty much and focusing on me, my true self, my true nature, so that I can give the world the love, the light, and be that and walk my talk.
Welcome to the Divine Masculine. I'm just getting a feel for this card because this is about balance to me. There's so many different aspects and points in that geometrical pattern there. But if you focus on that shape, on that geometrical pattern, you can access the balance that's within. So, even though the energies that are coming onto the planet now are more feminine, it's about us connecting to that. You don't want to lose sight of this either. All in all, it's about bringing those two together, the duality of it, and just trying to have that connection to the self, the whole self. So don't leave that out. Don't forget that.
And this one says, it's Archangel Jophiel. I activate and embrace divine love. My emotions are balanced. Balanced. I am clear and joyful. I am compassionate, wise, and tolerant. The qualities of unconditional love, mercy, and understanding emanate from my being. And that is my goal right now, is to emanate pure love and light and understanding now everywhere.
Yeah, and as you do that, you'll start to notice that people gravitate towards you, animals will gravitate towards you. Your life is going to change. Things will just shift and change in ways that you never imagined. It's just an abundance. You open up that gateway to all things great,
Yep.
New friendships, new relationships, all sorts. Hi. Oh. It's starting up again.
There's the wind for you, huh?
Hi.
I think there's 3 of them jumped out.
No, 4. With this deck, it's almost always
5.
Is there? Oh, there is. Oh my gosh. Usually, well, maybe that's not energetic clearing, receiving. Why did I say perceiving? Every day, inner power, freedom.
That's another one. Freedom is a really good one that's coming up right now. Be at peace to have freedom.
Yep. I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Release me from its bonds. That's a beautiful card.
Ooh.
I'm going to take that message. That's definitely one that everybody's working on. And it's always good to have that because it's about freedom and knowing yourself and being connected to source. We don't give ourselves enough time to do that.
Freedom of choice, too. Freedom of choice. You can choose peace or you can choose chaos.
You can choose victim, you can choose empowerment. It's all in how you perceive yourself and perceive yourself in the world around you. Ooh, hi.
So this one says flourish. The lotus flower fairy tells you to learn from experience and shed your inner light on the unclear areas of your life or those of others. So, there you go. Freedom of choice and shed light on the subject.
That inner power. Give me the courage and the power to do what must be done.
That, to me, and that's like, just like we're saying, take the time. Don't feel like you have to go rushing. Like we're getting up earlier and spending time to do our own self, and get up a little earlier if you have to, or but don't just like rush and run to work and then run home and just take your time.
Life was getting too busy and it was getting too chaotic, and in that chaos we lost ourselves, we lost relationships. There's a lot of stuff that's been happening. It's all part and parcel of declaring. So that's all part of that forgiveness. Like when as humans, we tend to look at things like you start beating yourself up, like, oh, I should have done this, shoulda, coulda, woulda, whatever. And then you put all these burdens on yourself. And you don't need to do that. You can just let it go and say, you know what? It is part of the process. It's part of the journey. I release that and I don't need that anymore. And look at how you can shift and change that to something more positive. And so in doing that, individually, like we haven't been online a lot, we haven't been doing those things, but it's because we've been working on ourselves so much, and it's not like working on yourself. We're not forcing it. We're just sitting and being in silence and sitting more in spirit instead of doing.
Right.
When it becomes so much doing, you lose the love in it. Just like with any job, with anything in life, marriages, relationships, when it becomes a task, it's not, you lose the purpose, the path.
Yeah. So when it's right, and it'll happen. So stop trying to force it to happen. Release it. Just release and let it go.
Yep.
And so this is divination. I could say it in my head.
Divination.
Yeah.
You
I could say it in my
were
head.
close.
Embrace your powers of divination, which are especially strong right now. You have the ability to see the current situation with crystal clear clarity. So not only do you can see the current moment, that's all you have is the current moment. So stop dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Crystal clear right now what's going on right now.
Yep.
And let everything else fall away. And that's where you'll find your peace and your freedom and letting go of all that emotional baggage.
Mm-hmm. And if you need to take the time, divination, you don't need the tools. We talk about that all the time. We don't need the cards. We don't need the tools to do this. It helps to communicate things better from spirit to us and from us to you. It makes things, easier to accept or connect with. But realistically, you don't need that. You divine through the connection that you have. So it could be through, some people scry through water or mirrors or whatever, and some people use cards and pendulums or whatever it is. There's a ton of different ways to divine messages, but ultimately it comes down to that connection. So it's about slowing down, listening, working on yourself so that your energy is in such a state that you can hear that message. You can divine the messages from source when they come.
And if you don't listen, they get louder.
Oh God, do they get louder?
Until something happens where you can't avoid it anymore.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
I'm actually in the middle of a blog about that right now. Yep. So look for that on the website later. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've literally been working on that all day because I've always been challenged with trying to let go of control, of the need to control things. And boy, my steering completely went on my car yesterday and I couldn't control it to save my life. But Source was there to do it for me.
I was saying, at least your angels were there to save your life.
So yeah, it was just enough to get my attention and be like, "Are you listening yet?" So yep.
Yeah, like I said, if you don't listen, it'll get louder.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And be like, I am telling you right now.
Things manifest when spirits talk and when spirits active in our lives. We don't always see that. We don't always connect to that because we don't always divine.
Busy being busy.
Yep. And so they speak loud and clear, whether it manifests in your body or in your heart and your soul, if it manifests in your physical world through your vehicles, your home, whatever. So I woke up this morning and the hose split on the RV. And so then I got no water in the house. And I'm like, well, I'm not feeling emotional. So let me look at that. Maybe I'm, so I'm going to look at that later. Woo! So let me see what come up from the cards. Okay, there's my family. Oh, I just got the chills. My polar bear family. I'm gonna have to sit with that. So, but anyway,
the messages come through all the time.
Yes, it manifests in your life in some way, shape, or form. It's just being able to divine the messages that are coming through those events that happen in your life and the people that come into your life. It's not just a feather.
If you don't listen,
Not
just
just
saying.
the little signs that we're like, oh, a bird, oh, a feather. Oh, yeah, those are great and all, but it comes in everything. Conversations people have with each other. Just just be still and listen. You know,
That is the message.
Mhm.
Because the rest, once you're still and listen, then the rest of this just comes with ease and grace and peace.
Peace. We wish you peace this week,
Yes.
and we wish you a quiet, peaceful space so that you can connect with spirit.
Yes.
Have a wonderful week. Love and light.
Love and light. Bye.
Oh, there they go. Spirit speaking.
Down. Down.
Oh, there you are.
Like down, down. Oh, my guinea pig and my donkey are flying.
When guinea pigs fly.
When pigs fly. When pigs fly or guinea pigs, whatever you want to say.
That was it.
Yeah.
See, that's what I want. That's all I want from my life is to be genuine and live in integrity all the time.
Exactly. That's the whole point of everything. And then and that's where I think with all of us, we're just like, well, we have to do this. If we don't,
We have to reprogram.
I was listening to Lori Ladd and our favorite guy, the gay guy.
Which gay guy? Not Jeffrey Wong.
No, the feel good.
Oh, that gay guy.
Yeah, and he says, it's hard to find people that get you. And he goes, like with her, it's the perfect relationship. He's gay. It's like it's the perfect relationship. I told her, like, look, we can set that up, but if I don't feel it at the time, then I'm not going to be there, or whatever. And she's like, yeah, I totally understand that. I'm like, that's that is how it should always be. Okay, yeah.
Because you're validating yourself.
Yeah, well, and you're like, okay, well, we'll do this. Well, I'm not really feeling it, or you're not really feeling it, or.
And there's no pressure. There's no nothing. It's just like, okay.